Trump was right.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about? China.
Once you
None of
became
that
vice
is
president,
true.
he made a fortune in Ukraine, in China, in Moscow,
That is simply
and various
not
other places.
true.
CNN's Jake Tapper is forced to admit something he really didn't want to say out loud. And it sounds like it took everything in his body to admit that Trump was actually right about this. Just watch.
And Kristen, Glenn Kessler from the Washington Post had a fact check about Joe Biden from earlier this month, noting that Hunter Biden admitted in court in July that he was in fact paid substantial sums from Chinese companies. Kessler wrote, Hunter Biden reported nearly $2.4 million in income in 2017 and $2.2 million in income in 2018, most of which came from Chinese or Ukrainian interests. But this directly goes against what Joe Biden said in the debate in 2020 with Donald Trump. Take a listen.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about? China.
Once you
None
became
of that
vice
is
president,
true.
he made a fortune in Ukraine, in China, in Moscow,
That is simply
and various
not
other places.
true.
So it's from two different debates, but I mean, Trump was right. I mean, he did make a fortune from China, and Joe Biden was wrong. I don't know that he was lying about it. He might not have been told by Hunter, but this blind spot is a problem.
Right, because there's no way Joe Biden could have lied about that. I mean, the man is practically a modern-day Abraham Lincoln.
I'm extremely proud of my son, Hunter. He has overcome an addiction. He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know. And I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said I'd abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
His son, Hunter, is also up for being sentenced next month. Does the president have any intention of pardoning him?
We've been asked that question multiple times. Our answer stands, which is no.
You've also said several times that the president would not pardon or commute the sentences for his son, Hunter. I just want to make sure that that is not going to change over the next 6 months. The president's saying he would not.
It's still a no. It's still a no.
It will always be a no.
It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no, and I don't have anything else to add. Will he pardon his son? No.
The pardon sweeping, covering offenses that Hunter Biden, quote, has committed or may have committed or taken part in over the past 11 years.
I mean, Trump was right. I mean, he did make a fortune from China, and Joe Biden was wrong. I don't know that he was lying about it.
At some point, doesn't the whole he could never lie argument start getting a little difficult to defend? I mean, how else do we explain the fact that Hunter Biden reported nearly $2.4 million in income in 2017 and another $2.2 in 2018, with most of it coming from Chinese or Ukrainian interests? Are we really supposed to believe Hunter is keeping this secret from his daddy? I highly doubt it, but it definitely makes you realize why that blanket pardon for Hunter actually makes sense. I mean, just think about it. We were told for years that there's nothing to see, nothing unusual, and nothing connecting Joe Biden to any of this. Okay, that's fine. Maybe there was nothing connecting him. But are we really supposed to act like he was clueless? I just feel like he had to have known something. But of course, we can't expect Tapper to admit that part. But you do have to love the sadness in Tapper's voice when he finally admitted that Trump was actually right. I mean, can you imagine the knots forming in his stomach having to say that on live TV after spending years telling people the exact opposite? And this isn't the first time someone's pointed something out that just so happened to be true, but since it didn't fit their narrative, they immediately got called a liar, a racist, an extremist, or even a conspiracy theorist. Only for a few years to go by, and then the same people who were dismissing them suddenly have to admit, well, actually, there was some truth to that. But of course, by then, nobody wants to talk about all the times they attacked Trump for saying it in the first place. And if they're finally admitting this, that kind of makes you wonder what else they're still not admitting. Because I don't know about you, but it really bothers me that we had people like Jake Tapper and other media figures defending Biden tooth and nail for years. And then right after the Democrats lost in 2024, it seems like almost immediately after the defeat, all of a sudden we started seeing people literally jump ship, and everyone had a book to sell, telling a very different story about what was happening behind the scenes. And didn't Tapper basically admit things in his book too that contradicted what he was reporting to the people? So how exactly are we supposed to trust these people when they defend one narrative while it's so convenient, and then they decide to become brutally honest as soon as that narrative falls apart? It's no wonder why people have lost trust in mainstream media. But that's just my opinion. I would love to know your thoughts on this in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.